We're the indie projects, Bee and Theo. In 2017, we bought an abandoned property in Central Portugal and spent the last few years turning it into a fully fledged homestead, converting an old stone barn into a cosy tiny home. Working non-stop and overcoming many obstacles, it turned out better than we ever could have imagined. As one chapter closes, another one begins. Our dreams of living even more remotely in a fairy tale forest with space for animals to roam and our passions to grow became a reality. Before we have even moved there, it was devastated by a huge wildfire, drastically altering the landscape. Immense flash floods followed as the land couldn't hold onto the water. Follow us as we carve out our new life on Miracle Mountain.
Good morning guys, welcome back to a brand new video. I've just brushed my teeth, fed the animals, and now I'm rushing out the door because we need to get to Castelo Branco for our appointment to receive our biometric cards for our residency here in Portugal. We're already residents for a couple of years, but we need this card to secure everything and make it official. We have a paper document and it's not great when you're going backwards and forwards through borders, so this is really gonna help. So I've just arrived in Castelo Branco for my appointment, which is at 9 AM, so had to get up super early this morning, but it's going to be really good to get this out of the way. And basically, if you're wondering what this biometric card is actually for, it's all to do with post-Brexit and the fact that we got residency before Brexit actually was completed. So we are entitled to a biometric card and it will just make life here a little bit easier. So this is the building where my appointment is. Wish me luck and hopefully this goes smoothly. So that went way more smoothly than I ever would have imagined. It only took about 30 minutes to process both me and Bee. We had to have photos taken and also they took our fingerprints, and we should receive our card hopefully within the next couple of weeks. And right now I'm heading to one of my favorite places in Castelo Branco. I'm with you always. You've had me all along. We've gone a long way. So I ordered this quite a long time ago. I'm super stoked with it. It's an absolute beast, and I'll talk more about it and what it does when I arrive back at Miracle Mountain. So a lot of you guys might not know what this tool actually does, but as you can see by the massive drill bit, it is for making holes in the ground, in the dirt, for fence posts, for gate posts, that kind of thing. And before, I've used a post hammer where you bang the post into the ground, which is fine for the odd post, but when you're fencing huge areas, it literally shakes your brain. This is ultimately the best on the market, and I always buy still gear because it's just incredible gear, which means this will last me a lifetime. All my gear that I get is still. It's just got brilliant warranties on it. It's really hard wearing, and I know it's gonna work when I need it to work. It's just reliable. So I'm excited to use this because obviously I've got lots of areas to fence. Loads of the fencing and the posts were burnt down in the fire, but also I need to create new fenced areas for the goats and for the chickens as well as replacing all of the other fencing that got burnt down. So this is going to be a real workhorse, and I'm looking forward to trying it out sometime soon. And still, if you want, I'm happy to be sponsored because I'm literally your biggest fan.
You're as warm as the morning, first day of spring. There's a little bit of you in everything. Changing the season, butterflies' wings. There's a little bit of you in everything.
So I'm unexpectedly having to go back to the UK tomorrow. So I'm trying to fit in as many little jobs as I can into today, so that while I'm away, I can still work on organising things for this property so I can keep pushing forward. And one of those things is the sewer system. Basically, we have a soakaway. I need to find a tank to make sure that it's not damaged from the fire, so that when I do connect the water, we can start using it straight away, because if it is damaged, then the water going into it is going to be a problem and I'll have to get a company out. So I'm going to go look at the plans now inside the house, try and figure out where it is, but I'm pretty sure it's in that direction, downhill obviously. And yeah, hopefully I can find it. Hopefully it's all in good condition and we can keep pushing forward. So I've got a feeling that the tank's going to be okay, because obviously it should be underground. It's a septic tank. So unfortunately it's not the outcome that I'd hoped for. I first noticed and located the tank via this pipe here. It's still attached to the tank and it's some sort of aeration filter for the tank, but it's completely melted and damaged and will have to be replaced. And then I noticed the lid for the tank has been completely smashed and melted, which means the actual tank that I've located behind me is now full up with leaves and sticks and just general debris, which obviously shouldn't be the case. So at least I know that it has been damaged and looks like it needs to be replaced, dug out and replaced. At least now I can try and locate a company in the area to come and fix this situation. So I just found a lid off a kid's old sandpit that was just left in the kids' play area. So I've used that to cover over the tank so no more debris gets inside, and hopefully we can fix this situation fairly quickly. With Christmas just around the corner, it's the perfect time to get your loved ones a unique and personalised gift, and that's exactly what Under Lucky Stars does perfectly. Having an important moment in your life immortalised in the stars is super simple and creates a one-of-a-kind gift. All you need to do is enter the location and time of your special moment. Then Under Lucky Stars use their proprietary method of locating the stars, which is verified by NASA astrophysicists to ensure their accuracy. The end result is a stunning print of the map of the sky, showing you the constellations and locations of all the stars that were above you on your special moment. It makes a wonderful surprise gift. Under Lucky Stars are deeply committed to keeping our skies clear and limit space litter by supporting the International Dark Sky Association. We love our special map created by Under Lucky Stars, which shows the night sky when we began our relationship over 17 years ago. This makes a great gift, and it'll be a sweet, personalised and memorable gift. They're giving our community an exclusive 10% discount to make it extra special for you. Go to underluckystars.com and use promo code INDIE and get your loved ones a unique gift. It is super early in the morning, the sun has not yet risen, and I'm up, I packed all of my stuff and I'm ready for the long drive back to the UK. But before I go, I really just want to say bye to all of the animals, especially the goats. I think we're going to have a really nice sunrise this morning. It's completely clear for a change, which should make driving a lot easier. And here are the goaties. Goodbye goaties. I'm going to miss you guys. Hopefully I'll be back fairly soon and you're in good hands while I'm gone. And look who it is, my #1 fan. One last game with Furrnando before he goes. That's a stone, you don't want to eat that. But he likes batting it and he likes chasing it as well. Look, Furrnando, ready? I've just stopped quickly to fill up some fuel, the cheapest place I know in the city, and then I'm going to jump on the motorway. I've got a long drive ahead of me. I'm driving through a bit of Portugal, then into Spain, then all the way through France, and then I'm getting the ferry over to the UK. So I've got about 1,000 miles to drive. So I've driven all over the world, and some countries are so much nicer than others to drive in. The States is a dream to drive in. I've actually driven in the States like 1,000 miles in one go before when I've had to be somewhere, and that is what I've got to do right now, drive 1,000 miles. I'm not going to be able to do it in one go. It's just not possible here in Europe. I'm going through 3 different countries, and the roads are not the same like they are in the States. They're not as big, they're not as straight. We've got lots of tolls that I'm gonna have to go through. There's also loads of traffic when you come up to the big cities. So there's lots of things to take into consideration. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drive as far as possible today. I'm gonna make it into France and just keep driving until I'm too tired to drive any longer. And then I'll find a hotel, and then the next day, that is when I will jump on a ferry after driving probably another 500 miles, maybe 400. It really just depends how much driving I get done today. But the weather's lovely, it's a beautiful day, perfect driving conditions, and I'm ready to just stick on a podcast and keep going.
We make sense, darling, we just make sense. Ever since the day we met.
So the journey so far is going really nicely. I've just crossed over into Spain, and as soon as I did cross over into Spain, it went a little bit overcast and a little bit cloudy, but the weather forecast for this entire journey is looking really good. So fingers crossed for no rain, because that can really slow stuff down.
We're a perfect fit. Your lips on my lips. You belong with me, and I belong with you. Like a fire on a cold night, like Sinatra on a long drive.
So I have driven about 600 kilometers, and it was time to stop and get some fuel. So I've just fueled up at the Repsol garage, you can see behind the car, and now I'm just having a 5-minute breather before I hit the road again. Europe's a really funny place, because this morning I woke up, I was speaking English to Bee, and then I had to go into the city and get fuel on my way out towards Spain, and I was speaking Portuguese. And now I go to the fuel station here and I'm speaking Spanish, and in a couple of hours I will be in France, where I need to speak French, and then I'll be back in the UK where I speak English again. So it's really quite tricky when I walk into a place, when you're going through this many countries so quickly, to remember which language you're meant to be speaking. And just before I head off, I need to make sure the snacks are ready. Look at that, pre-prepared, loads of snacks ready to go. I'm gonna grab a sandwich. I got another sandwich there. I got some of these nice chocolate rolls. I got some crisps. I've got water. I'm ready to hit the road. Let's see if I can't get another 150 miles down and done. And then when I've done that, I'm gonna see whereabouts in the country I am, and I can plan my hotel from there.
I belong with you.
Bonjour! You know you've made it to France when you've already been through 5 toll roads in about 50 minutes. And also there's speed cameras absolutely everywhere, but I'm making such good progress. It's actually ridiculous. I'm way further than I imagined I would be at this time, so that's really positive. And soon I better start looking for that hotel.
Darling, we just make sense. Ever since the day we met, you belong with me and I belong with you.
Another 20 minutes means another toll here in France. Let's see what this one's asking for. €3.90, not bad.
I belong with you.
This will definitely do for the night. So today I've managed to drive just over 600 miles and it really wasn't bad at all. I experienced no traffic whatsoever. The weather was decent to me, which made it a lot easier. And to be honest, I'm not that tired, so what I think I'm gonna do right now is set up my laptop and actually start editing this video, but I'll give you a little tour of the room. It's very small, but it's gonna do the job for the night. So this is going to be a very quick room tour because it is a tiny room, but I found it really cheap, €55 for the night, just what I needed. I got a little desk, an absolutely miniature desk, but that's where I'm going to edit tonight. And then I got a nice sized double bed here, TV, mirror. I've stored all my stuff over there in the corner, which is perfect. And then as you'd imagine, a nice little toilet and shower room. So you can probably hear a plane going over because this is right next to the airport, this hotel in Bordeaux. So I really did break the back of the journey today, over 600 miles. Tomorrow I've got 400 miles to do, which is perfectly achievable because my ferry isn't until 10 in the evening. And the reason I did that is because once I get to the other side in the UK, I would have to book a hotel. So it's much cheaper. Instead of going to Calais and going over on the Channel Tunnel, I can just get a ferry from France to Portsmouth, and then I have a cabin which is really cheap on the ferry, so that doubles up as a hotel room as well, and I'm still moving at the same time, which means I have to do less driving. So a lot of you guys are probably wondering, where is Bee and why is she not with me? So Bee is back at the farm looking after the animals. As I said, this is an unexpected trip back to the UK. It's really last minute. So it's just me going. I'm going to shoot there and I won't be there for very long, and then I'll come straight back. I think I'm going to come back on the longer ferry that takes 24 hours that goes all the way to Bilbao in Spain. So that cuts out a lot of driving for the way back, but I just have to see if there is ferries available and the cost of them at that particular time. But I'm looking forward to catching up with some friends and family while I'm over there, and also eating some fish and chips. So make sure you check the next video because I'm going to be getting the ferry over to the UK and doing some cool stuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.